I'm going live. I'm gonna let you all tune in. This is an event. This is one of my Airbnbs. They obviously had an event, which was cool. But this is the reason we do an upcharge on the cleaning fee. When you're renting an Airbnb, all of this stuff should be gone. This stuff should not be left. And I'm going to go through the entire house. So, as you can see, it's balloons in the pool, which doesn't look like much. But then you have all of these balloons that should be gone. You do not leave this type of stuff when you rent an Airbnb. You clean up everything. We didn't tell you to go clean the bathrooms, like scrub them down with bleach. But you clean up what you use. And so now what happens is, I have to bust all of these balloons, then chase the balloons, and then put them in the trash. You see all of this? We have to in turn clean this, so we charge an up fee. And it's just a start. I'm going to walk you all through. This is just business. So in the garage here, all the stickers are still on the wall. We have to take all these stickers down and hope that they do not mess up the paint. Like stickers were left. The garage was left with, oh, here, I can show you over here. All of this was left. I don't know if they thought that the initial cleaning fee was supposed to cover this and that we would clean up their trash. However, you're supposed to get the house, return it like you got it. And of course we didn't put all this up here, so you know that's better. And then we have stuff on the wall. We have this. We have a cardboard cutout of sort that's tore up. Letters that were left. Oh, it's not a letter. What's this? Look like this might be the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower. Hey, man. All of these balloons. And I'm going to go. They rented these chairs and they broke them. So that's going to be a charge. These chairs, we rent some supplies. So they rented out a couple of chairs from us. So we're coming back in. And then we say the kitchen has to be. But, I mean, we would. But it doesn't have to be spotless. But like they left supplies. I don't know what this stuff is. I guess it's for the party. But this is for us to clean up. I don't know. Sticks. I don't know what this is.
It's holding a balloon.
Oh, it was holding balloons. Dion already done took all the balloons down that were in here. But this entire area still had all the party favors up. Tablecloths, all kind of stuff. So Dion has already come in. I should have went live earlier and cleaned up back here. But it was balloons, all kind of stuff everywhere. And as you can see, they left a pillow that says Paris. But she's already done the back part. She's cleaned that up. But now I'm working on the outside. And I said, hey, just let me go live. It's not filthy. It's just a lot of work. Because you see, all of those balloons, I have to go and pop all of that. And then, you know when you pop balloons, they splatter everywhere. Azalea says, for less mess when popping the balloons, put it in a trash bag and pop them. But the balloons are already like right here. They're still together. They won't fit in a bag. You get what I'm saying? They're still on all of these strings. This is a thing. So they're all together, so you can't really even just put them in a bag. I have to go in there and cut them apart in multiple parts and then try to put them in a bag. Out here, same thing. All these balloons are still wired together. So trying to put them in a bag is not going to even happen. It's easy to put them in a bag once I do it, but that's the reason. Believe me, I definitely would have tried it. Now, these that have escaped over to the pool, I can possibly put these in a bag and pop them. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't have to do any of this. All balloons, party favors, things like that should be gone. They weren't here when you came. They should not be here when you leave. This is just Airbnb etiquette. So that's all. So some people think because Airbnb and VRBO, all of them, they charge a cleaning fee. But the cleaning fee is to, clean the bathrooms, clean the house back up, mop the floors, clean out the refrigerator, all of that. It is not to clean up your trash. You do not leave this stuff. This is not what an Airbnb cleaning fee is. And if that's what you expect it to be, you should not be renting through Airbnb or anybody. Just have it at your house and clean it up. But like, see all these stickers on the wall? I have to go in and hope that they don't mess up any of my paint. And then like here, you can't put this in a bag. The stick holding the balloons. So I have to go in and take all the balloons off the stick to try to put them in a bag so that they can pop. I have other stuff that I need to get done today. But it looks like I'm going to be here for a while. Then like this. I guess that's the Eiffel Tower. It's still here. Chair's broken. They cut her head off. I don't know what they did with that. But it was a cardboard cutout. And then this huge balloon thing. This balloon arch. So I just don't want people to think that we're just charging fees just to be mean. No, we charge them because at the end of the day, what I do is I own Kitty's Vacation Rentals and I also own Kitty's Custom Cleaning. I have someone work for me for Kitty's Custom Cleaning and they clean the property. Can you charge them? Yes, I can. I am. They've already, Tracy is actually doing that right now. So what I have to do is, I said, okay, you charge people, you pay your employees by the hour. The reason I charge the additional cleaning fee is because I pay my employees by the hour. And since I pay them by the hour, jobs like this take more hours. So I have to get the money from somewhere. So what I do is I charge the person that made the mess the additional amount so that I can pay my employees. So it's business. You get what I'm saying? Now that you have to clean. Exactly. Clean up mess. So if you ever rent an Airbnb and you leave it a mess and you're like, oh, they're going to charge me. Think about it. When you work overtime at your job, they pay you extra. They have to get that money from somewhere. The reason they have you working overtime is for the simple fact that they had something that they need to get done. So they're charging whoever it is to do it, and they need to pay you to do to complete the task. So that's all I'm doing is, it's going to take more to clean it than it normally would. So I'm charging that back to the renter because it takes longer to clean it. Fortunately, I'm not only just Kitty's Vacation Rental, I'm also one of the cleaners. So I'm charging them to pay me because it's taking me more time to clean the property. That's capitalist, a capitalist system. That's entrepreneurship. Take one business and charge the people extra. It doesn't matter that I'm the same person for each business. It just matters that the task gets done. Fortunately, I'm charging Kitty's Vacation Rentals is charging the particular person extra an additional cleaning fee so that Kitty's Custom Cleaning can pay out her employees for cleaning up and taking more time. Hey, it's just that I happen to be Kitty's Custom Cleaning. So I'm charging it over there and I'm making it over here. My time is worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's just something when you start, yeah. But you got to think about it. That is common sense. It's just regular old common sense. But we sometimes we don't think about that when we think about, when you work for somebody, you think in one way. But then when you start working for yourself, you really start thinking outside the box. You get what I'm saying? Van said that's smart. So it just teaches you to think outside the box. And like they left water bottles everywhere. So I got to pick up water bottles, empty the water bottles, and throw the water bottles away. Like right here's 2 of them. So it just teaches you to think outside the box. And remember, think about it like this. When I make my money, I get to make it, I get to spend it, and I get to go to my CPA and figure out how not to pay taxes on it. So I don't make my money, then the tax man takes some, and then I live off of what's less. I make my money, and I keep it, and do what I want to do with it. Then at the end of the year, my CPA, George Spencer, goes through my bank accounts and all my expenses, and he figures out a way to try to minimize my tax, the amount that I have to pay in taxes. So no, I don't pay taxes all year long. That's another advantage of being an entrepreneur. You can take, oh yeah, I'm gonna charge for the chairs separate because they paid for the chairs and now they broke them. So the chairs will get charged also. That'll be a incidental fee. And like what's going on right now, while me and Dion are here cleaning, Tracy, who actually runs the Airbnb, she's the one we send all the pictures to, and Tracy is the one working with Airbnb to charge to get this fee. So that's another thing. So she's at her house on her computer uploading all these pictures into the Airbnb system so that we can be paid for the work that we're doing here. You get what I'm saying? So it's all right there together. It works itself out. Entrepreneurship. You get what I'm saying? I like it. I really, really do. Really do. But what it does is I tell people, it pushes you to become the person that can think outside the box. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Ray. Hey, Nay. Get your money as you should. Excuse me, y'all. Hey, Marquita. But that's one thing I like about it is because you have to become the person that can think outside the box and think different ways to make it happen. And one thing I know for a fact that I have I started my first business, which is Kitty's Custom Cleaning, in 2015. I have significantly grown as a person. Hey, Janice. I have significantly grown as a person, my thought processes, since 2015. I see the difference. Like, if I would have known that it would have taken so much for me to be able to run these businesses, if I would have known then what I know now, I'd probably been scared and wouldn't have did it. I probably would have let my fear hold me back if I'd have known that I was going to have to read so many books, always listen to podcasts, change my habits, do a whole bunch of different stuff. If I'd have known then what it took, I probably would have let my fear keep me at Bank of America. And I'm just being honest with y'all. I didn't know it was going to take so much. And like right now, I know that I know more, but I know that I still don't know enough. I don't know everything I need, and it's a constant gaining of knowledge. It's a constant seeking of knowledge. It's a constant. You constantly have to like read books. You constantly have to watch podcasts. You constantly. I have a mentor. I'm constantly working with my mentor to help me grow as a business person. And what I'm learning is it's not just grow as a business person. It takes me, in order to pull in that knowledge and seek it and be able to hold it in and get it, I had to grow as a person. So a lot of my habits I had to change. I had to start eating healthier and exercising, not for the simple thing of vanity, but for the fact that of the clarity, so that when I'm reading the books and listening to the podcast, I can actually soak it in. You get what I'm saying? I can actually get it. So with that, it forces you to become the best version of you. And many times, a lot of us have never seen the best version of ourselves. You get what I'm saying? And that's something to ask yourself. Have you ever seen the best version of you? And it may scare a lot of people because to become the best version. Like, I'm still working on me. It's never, oh man, I think I might have dyed my hair black again. It's never an ending process. But ask yourself, have you ever seen the best version of yourself? And if you have, is that the current version? Or is that the version that was a throwback back in the day? But have I ever seen the best version of me? Have I ever really pushed my limits on my thought process, my physical, my mental, my spiritual? Because I didn't know that it was going to take so much to do this. And had I known, I probably wouldn't have did it. I'm so glad that I didn't know. I really am. And then I think about it like this. I'm standing here at my house in my screen enclosure, my pool screen enclosure. I put this on my vision board in 2019. Didn't know how I would get it, how it would happen, if it could happen. I put that I wanted a pool in this little 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom house on my vision board. And I put it, the vision board was actually taped to the back of my door, y'all. Taped to the back of my bedroom door, which was in there now. Had no idea how I was going to do it, but just started walking in it. I had to change and learn and do so much to become that person. But look, it's here. And now the house is on such high demand, I don't even live here anymore. That's crazy. But that's just simple food for thought. So ask yourself, I should have headed that as the header and not Airbnb. Have you ever allowed yourself to see the best version of yourself? And I'm not saying the best version of yourself. That time when I was so slim and I was a size 6 and this and this. You could have been that size, but was that the best version of you? I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about everything. The best version of you mentally, the best version of you physically, the best version of you at your job, the best version of you how you handle all your business. Have you ever allowed yourself to see that person? And one thing that I'm happy about is, y'all, I'm actually seeing her right now. It took me to get to 50. I'll be 50 this year. To actually realize that I'm seeing that person. I'm seeing her in front of my eyes. Being that person, becoming that person. Like, I feel like now I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. And that doesn't come, every day ain't perfect. I'm not rich, nothing like that. But I'm actually seeing myself be the best version of myself. I'm like the most content, the most happy. I'm like the best version I've ever seen of me. You get what I'm saying? I actually done dropped like 35 pounds. I'm not on that high blood pressure medicine, no high cholesterol medicine anymore. I feel great on the inside. I feel great mentally. And you know they say, how you treat other people is the way you feel about yourself. So start watching that. When you watch how other people treat people, and that's the way that they really feel about yourself. Because you cannot treat a person bad and be happy. Because that thing will fester inside you. There's no way to exude happiness but treat somebody else like bad, like mess. You treat people how you feel about yourself. Not saying that you won't ever have arguments or disagreements. What I'm saying is, when you feel good about yourself, you still have those disagreements. But how you handle them is what makes the difference. Like I posted the other day, I reposted this man off of TikTok. And he was saying, when you're going through a bad breakup or just a man acting crazy, he said that a woman, you can't get her to act crazy. She won't be around there slashing tires and busting car windows and all of that stuff. She'll feel the exact pain. But because she's so emotionally mature and good within herself, she won't spaz out and act an ass. She'll take that pain. She'll walk away. She'll become greater. She might go celibate for a while. She'll go to church. She'll do whatever it takes to deal with that pain and get through it. But a person that's not emotionally mature and not happy, they're the ones showing up at the house, showing up at somebody's house. They're the ones slitting tires. They're the ones standing out in the front yard acting a crazy ass, spazzing out. It's because that particular woman hasn't become that person that can handle that same thing. Both of them hurt just the same. It just depends on how you handle it. And once you're emotionally mature and you really know yourself, you feel the hurt. But there's no way you would allow him to get you to the point of spazzing out and acting crazy and busting car windows and just running around the house acting a fool. We learn that we're better than that. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Tamika. Hey, Daryl. Marcus. So that's what emotionally mature people do. And that's what women do. Hoes, thoughts, little girls, they act like an ass. They spaz out. And I'm not saying that comes with an age limit. I know some grown women who will act crazy, but it's mainly because they haven't learned themselves like that. We all hurt. It just depends on how we act. You get what I'm saying? But what it does is, I've been learning, as I learn me and as I get happy with me, how I react to situations are better, different. I'm not saying that hurt doesn't feel hurt, it's the same. But how I react to situations, who I allow to be around me, how quick. Once I know how you are, I'm done. My cutoff game is just... My cutoff game ain't no joke. I'll just be done with it. I'm like, okay, you know what? It hurt. It is what it is. But I will let things go. And that's just not talking about relationships. That's talking about friendships. That's talking about people in your family. That's talking about all of that. If it causes me to hurt on the inside, first of all, when I'm feeling like that, I can't be the best personal kitty or business kitty, because that's a distraction to my purpose. So there's no way that I can keep any person around that distracts me, because that's a distraction to my purpose. Now that I know who I am and I love who I am, I'm not going to let anybody distract me from my purpose. But with that, you have to grow and learn yourself. Erica say, speak that truth. Tamika say, real talk. It's true. We learn ourselves. Not that things don't hurt the same, but when you let a hurt go, the quicker you can let happiness and healing come in. So my cutoff game is just men, women, anybody. I'll be like, you know what? And I don't do it nasty. It's not like that. I just back and just be done with it. Because I'm not about to allow any distraction from a human being keep me from being the greatest version I can be. And I need to be the greatest version I can be, number one, for my family. Number two, from my businesses. My income is not guaranteed. I don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks. There's nobody with a set direct deposit coming on to Nikita Watley. So I have to make my money. To make my money, I have to be the best version of myself. You get what I'm saying? Because there's no automatic deposit coming into my account. Of which I'm happy about that. I'm fine. Believe me, I'm fine. I had a nightmare one time. I had to go to work. And baby, I woke up. And in my dream, I quit the job. In my dream, I quit the job, y'all. Oh, leave this door open because it's going to get hot in that room. But that's just real talk. Look at this. This mess. So, and I ain't saying we got to be all serious all the time. I'm happy. Yesterday, y'all, I went to Whispers with my girls. We had them bottomless mimosas. And we had us a really good girlfriend time. I really did. I had me a really good day yesterday. Me and a few of my girlfriends, we went out to Whispers. We had the bottomless mimosas. We laughed. We danced. We just enjoyed ourselves. So life is about that. I'm not a fuddy-duddy. I just say there's a time and a place for everything. And Sunday was the time and the place for what I did. But when I do it, I make sure everything that I have to be done is handled. So I could go out to Whisper Sunday because everything I needed to do was handled. You get what I'm saying? This one all dented. Y'all, I'm just telling, they broke the chairs. So I'm just, anyway. But you know, and I look at things like this. God always trying. He want to see what you're made of. So I should have went live last week, y'all, because the house was worse than this. I feel you. I cut them off quickly. Family and all. Exactly. And what we do is, I don't cut people off in a nasty way. Fuck you, I'm done. Nah, nah, nah. I just silently back out. Because I know at the end of the day, I know how I treated you. I know how I respected you. And I know for sure that when I'm done, I will be missed. Hey, I'm pushing towards my goal as all gas, no brakes. Exactly, Stephanie. But I know when you operate in that kind of presence, when you operate with good energy, with God-like energy, you know for a fact when you didn't do nobody wrong. I know I treat you right because I'm treating myself right. So when I do that and I back out, I know. There's no way to replace me. When I'm gone, I know I'm missed. It may not be said, but I know that I'm missed because I know how I pour out into people. I know that first of all, how I act. When you get a person like me and they act and they walk like they do, it's hard to replace that person. That person, because you're used to a person acting a certain way, treating people a certain way, carrying their business a certain way, good ideas in their mind and throwing off nice quotes on how to handle things. Everybody don't do that. So when I back out, I know. Because I know I'm operating on my top, above 90% of the people. I know this. I know I'm in the A operation. It's 10% up there. I know I'm in the A operation. So I know how I operate. That's why I know my value. So I know when I back out, you got to go deal with 80% and below. Most of them people, a lot of people out here ain't worked on themselves. They're not trying to. To work on yourself is one of the scariest things you will ever do. And you'll have people around here in their 50s and 60s never having really taken inventory to work on themselves because they're scared. And then what we walk around as hurt grown people. Hurt, insecure grown people. We won't face our insecurities. Let's just say I couldn't read. The best way, if I couldn't read, and that made me insecure, you know what the best thing for me to do is go learn how to read. Go to class, go to FSCJ, go to the library, wherever, face my biggest fears. And say it out my mouth. Hey, I need help with reading. The minute I do that is the minute my confidence starts growing. So now what I would have done is face my biggest fear of what causes me my insecurity. Do you know that many people will never face their biggest fear of what causes them insecurity? And instead, what they'll do is they'll walk around masking it. And that doesn't do anything but fester like an ulcer. And it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Then you have a 50, 60-year-old person around here walking around who would have never faced their biggest fear, their biggest insecurity. And what they've done is they're like a tornado. Pick people up and they stuff. And then you'll start feeling inadequate because they might be treating you inadequate because they have something that they're insecure about. And when you're insecure about something, there's nothing that can really there's nothing you can really be secure about. You get what I'm saying? So to work on yourself is one of the most difficult tasks that is out here, and it barely gets done. That's why some people can't be alone. They can't be in a house quiet by themselves. Because when you get in a house and it's quiet and you by yourself, you know who you have to spend time with? You. Many people don't love themselves like that to spend time with themselves like that. So they always got somebody. Somebody got to be in that house because otherwise it's too quiet. Because now they're spending time with a person they don't like. What you do is you dig inside and you ask yourself, what about me makes me act like this? What do I need to address? Do I need to go see a therapist? There's nothing wrong with therapy. I've seen a therapist. Find out what it is. And often, hurt people are the most promiscuous. Because what they do is they're taking that and they're taking whatever is going on with them, and it comes out as sexual energy. And you know, when you're having sex, you get a lot of attention. So it feels good to have somebody up against you, holding you, touching you, kissing you, da 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 da. But it's often promiscuous. It's over and over and over in different people because they simply need that to try to take a place of their insecurities. Watch it. Start watching it. Start watching it. Start watching people who always got to have somebody, and start watching people who fuck around a lot. Just watch them. I ain't say hang with them and watch them. I said watch them from afar. You will find that those are the most insecure people. It's something going on that they haven't worked on. And it comes out as promiscuity. You can look that thing up. Google it. You will find out. I ain't playing, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't just pulling stuff out my behind. I read a lot. I listen to podcasts a lot. Yes, I like music when I go to Whispers, but that's all. When I'm home, when I'm in my car, when I'm working on my computer, I'm listening to either a book or a podcast or a motivational speaker, because I need to be the best version I can be of myself. And I realize having all these different men around, that's just too much. I don't even have time for it and don't want it. It takes too much effort. But you will find somebody that's promiscuous or always got to have somebody around. It's something up with them. And unfortunately, there's a lot of our men like that. There's a lot of women too. Start watching it. A lot of our men, they expect to be having mama issues. Women have problems too. But I'm just saying, start watching it. And then you won't feel so bad about yourself when you start realizing that a lot of people have issues. Because what they'll do is often, especially the younger, insecure you, when they take and they put that on you and they make it feel like something wrong with you, it lowers your self-esteem. And come to find out the whole time it wasn't you. But because you didn't really know exactly who you were, it made you feel like you were devalued. When all it was is the person that you were dealing with didn't value themselves. And in many men, it'll come out as arrogance. Watch it. It'll come out, I got it. I can get any hoe I want. I got my money. I this and this. A lot of men, it comes out as arrogance. And because the younger women, younger me, didn't know, I'm thinking that his self-esteem was all the way up here. But it took me to learn myself to realize that his insecurity was coming out as arrogance. Coming out as, I can fuck with any hoe I want to fuck with. I can mess with this. I can mess with that. Always going to different women's house. Always got to have somebody. Different women call them. Simply because that's how their insecurity comes out. I'm speaking what I know. I'm speaking what I know, y'all. Write that down and start watching it. And watch it with peace. And then help yourself back from it. Back from it. I'm going to tell y'all October 2022 until about October 2023, I was celibate for like a year. And it was by choice. It wasn't by force. It was when I went through that long span of no alcohol, trying to work on me mentally, work on me physically, become the best version of myself. I had to detox my body, health-wise, alcohol-wise, men-wise, break soul ties. I had to do that to become the best version of myself. I had to go and do what was most difficult for me. What most difficult for me was not drinking that Moscato all the time. That was the most difficult thing. So what I said is, you know what I want to do? I'm going to address everything that I find hard. everything that I find difficult. If I can conquer all the stuff that I find difficult, I can do it. Because if I can do the things that are hard, I can damn sure do the easy stuff. So what I did was, I went cold turkey, no alcohol. Did that for about 6 months. And even with that, like now, I might do once a week or so. Back then, it was every day. At least 6 days a week. Me and Moscato. We was friends, baby. We was friends. But with that, that made me be 30 pounds heavier. That made me have to be on high blood pressure medication and high cholesterol medication. So at age 48, I was on all of that stuff and 35 pounds heavier. At age 49, I said 38, 48. At age 49, almost 50 in about 8 months. I'm 35 pounds lighter. I'm not on any high blood pressure medication, no high cholesterol, nothing. I'm on nothing. But it took me having to face my biggest, I don't want to call them demons, because it wasn't like a demon, it was like a crack. You know what I'm saying? But I said, I'm going to face whatever is most difficult. And that was the most difficult. Second thing, okay, I'm not in a relationship anymore. I'm not having sex with nobody. Keep this to myself. Cleanse me. Learn me. Just be me. Y'all know I accomplished so much, y'all. Ooh. And then go to the gym. So now when y'all see me going live and at working out, that's not just about the vanity. It's what keeps me going. It keeps me going. It keeps me healthy. So it's about me just really working on me. Really just working on me. And now I'm at the point where it's like, once you conquer what was the biggest thing you ever had to face, you start feeling like you could do anything. And that's where I'm at now. I feel like anything I set my mind to, I can do. Anything. And you know that feel that first of all, that have your self-esteem. Like, yes. And then for women, one of the biggest things too is our weight. So when you get to the point where you see, like I looked at one of my calendars, y'all, right now I'm about 8 pounds lighter. I'm about 8 pounds more than I was back in 2011. So that's 21, 22, 23, 24. 13 years ago. I'm almost the same size I was 13 years ago. So if I'm 49, that's 39, that's 36 years. So age 36 me and age 49 me are about the same. The 36-year-old me and the 49-year-old me are about the same. But the 49-year-old me has the wisdom and the wisdom and the wherewithal to know that treasure all of these moments. You get what I'm saying? She has the wisdom. She's much wiser, and she knows the value of her body. The value of being this size so that you can just be healthier. She knows this. The 36-year-old didn't really know it. The 36-year-old was coming out of a divorce. So the 36-year-old, even though I was that size, I got divorced at 35. Then we got back together with 36 to about 37. So I was still figuring me out and all kind of stuff. Kids and all, husband, dog, all of that. But the 49-year-old me, this girl here, she knows the value of all of it. And I love it. I love it. I had to work. I have to constantly work on myself every day to keep it. But I ain't letting it go away. Baby. I gotta dye my hair back black. I gotta tell Gigi. Sorry, I'm rub my phone. I need a new phone real bad. This one all cracked up. Well, it ain't cracked. Got one crack in it, but it's a Z fold and it opens up and the inside is messed up. But that's just food for thought, y'all. Just food for thought. Talking about myself. Oh man, my black is turning back red. I gotta dye it again. Y'all, my hair, I dyed it like a sandy red. And I wore it for like a year and a half. Then I got tired of it. So I had Gigi dye it back black. But now the color is coming through. So I'm going to dye it back black again. But that's just food for thought. Think about that. And remember what I said. Start watching people who are promiscuous. Start watching people who always got to have somebody. Like I was watching this podcast. And the man was talking about how he was with this girl. And she was so in love with him. Like heads over heel in love with him. He ended up having to break up with her. But when they broke up, he looked up. It's 2 weeks later, she all in love with somebody else. He said that not that I wanted her. He said, but at first I felt a little bit hurt. Because I'm like, dang, if she was in love with me like she said she was in love with me, how can she be like that with him? But then he started doing research and thinking about it and realizing that some people are just that person that always got to have somebody. And they're going to treat everybody they're with like that. Once the people get over that part and really start learning who that person is, they don't want them anymore. And the person just does a constant cycle of a relationship. You ever see somebody always with somebody? Always. Can't never just be by themselves. Here come a new boyfriend. Here come a new girlfriend. Every time we go to dinner, this chick got a new dude. But some people are just like that. That's because they have issues on their own that they have not addressed. So start watching it. Not saying everybody, but just start. Especially if you're over 35. Good Lord. And you're still doing this stuff. Especially when you're over 40. Hell, I'm down there 50. And I'm telling you, I see so much now. It's like God just opened my eyes to so much. I'm like, thank you for the experience. And one of the reasons I love it is because I can pass it on to my daughters much earlier than my mama. My mama didn't pass a lot of this stuff on to me. These kind of talks that I'm doing right now, we never had. But I can have them with my daughters. So a lot of my bumps and stumps and stuff, I can talk to my daughters about it. And they can take it in or not, but they would have at least heard it. You get what I'm saying? So that's another very reason to become the best version of yourself. Simply for the fact that the people around you would have heard it. Because when you do it, you start talking about it. Everybody not going to accept it. But at least they would have heard it. Now that stuff is off for you. You get what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all need to go clean up this place. So I'll talk to y'all later. Dion in here? Where you at? Look. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look, we got to stand here and pull up this dang on, we're pulling stickers off the wall. Then we got to bust all of these balloons. Everywhere. She done cleaned out the house, but see? All of this stuff hanging. And then when you bust balloons, like here, they start running everywhere. And you got to bend over and bust them. Child, please. But anyway, what don't kill you, make you stronger. Just make me a better businesswoman. I'll talk to y'all later. I don't have no lunch.